This is Emmanuel with the Grab Some Popcorn podcast, and welcome to Standalone, our solo movie reviews. Here at the Grab Some Popcorn podcast, we love talking about movies, but sometimes we don't always love the same movies, and that's why we started Standalone, a space to share our individual takes. So sit back, relax, and get ready for this solo breakdown. Today I'm going to be talking about Now You See Me, Now You Don't. This movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer with a $90 million budget. It stars Jesse Eisenberg, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson, Morgan Freeman, and more. I've seen the previous movies. The franchise started in 2013, and there are 3 movies in the franchise. This is a heist thriller where the original 4 horsemen magicians team up with 3 young illusionists to steal a massive diamond from a ruthless crime boss, Veronica Vanderberg. The mission, orchestrated by the secret society known as the Eye, is to expose her company, which launders money for criminals rather than for personal gain. The film blends humor and magic tricks with high-stakes heists as the 2 generations of magicians combine their skills for this elaborate operation. First impression. So my first impressions were good. I walked in just as the movie was starting and they were doing a magic show on stage. Right when I walked in, the magic show consisted of them somehow jumping into some guy's body and controlling him, which was pretty cool. They made him do magic. The first part of the movie ended with some sort of crypto thief being exposed and all of his earnings being spread amongst those in the audience. This is just what I would come to expect from a Now You See Me opening scene. Hook me right in with magic, crime, and introduce me to the new characters. A defining moment. So the defining moment for me actually came at the end when it is revealed who is actually behind the entire operation from the Eye in this movie. I won't give that away as I don't want to spoil the ending, but some moments that were important were when the original horsemen got back together, when they discover a new friend that can help them with their mission. And one of the scenes that were one of my favorites was how they escaped the glass tank that was being filled up with sand. That was pretty dramatic too. The defining moment itself was at the end and was the big reveal, which I don't want to spoil, so you'll just have to watch the movie to see that. Standout elements. The standout element in this movie is definitely the magic elements. They use things like cards instead of guns, and they do a lot of magic tricks, and this is a very unique way to go about solving crime. It gives the movie a really fun twist, and I love how the actors put together the shows and come up with the elaborate schemes, and it has a strong wow factor. Plus, they bring together a diverse cast, and it's always funny to see so many different personalities in one movie, all doing magic and solving crime, each with their own different skill set. I have seen some movies with magical elements, but this one is definitely one of the better ones just due to the cinematography, the cast, and the elaborate plots that they come up with. What keeps the movie from greatness? I don't think anything is keeping this movie from greatness. I think all of the actors did a really good job of playing their parts. I think the magic tricks were really cool, the plots were elaborate, and you had to think sometimes during the movie, and in the end you're just like, wow, that was cool. It's something that I've come to expect from the Now You See Me series. They do a great job of mostly everything in a movie about magic and solving crime. I'm not sure what they could do better, or if there's anything to nitpick about. I don't want to nitpick on something just to say something negative to make this review seem legit. Who's the movie for? If you're a fan of magic, mystery, suspense, action, then you'd probably have fun watching this movie. It reaches a diverse audience and many people can enjoy the movie. It's a great casual watch that you can just go to the movies and see it in theater and walk out with a big smile on your face because it's just really fun and cool. Hot take. This is the 3rd movie in the series, and they've basically followed the same formula for each and every movie. They have a magic show, or 2 or 3 of them, and each time it builds towards some grand finale where they do something super elaborate against the villain, in order to trick them into, I guess you could say, confessing their crimes in front of a huge audience. The thing is, most audiences are wondering about the eye. The eye is like the overseer of all that happens in magic, like basically the person who gives them their missions, that they call that the eye. One thing I can see is that if the fourth movie comes out and we're not getting behind the scenes of how the eye works and we're not getting to see how the operation is run, then I think that audiences will fall off and start thinking that the formula is being overused if it's going to be the same formula 4 times in a row. The fourth one needs to have a huge paradigm shift in order for us to be kept in suspense. If that means the magicians walk into a secret CIA looking base and have to start being straight up warlords in the fourth movie, then do that. But it'd have to be something like that to keep everybody engaged. Score and final thoughts. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie and I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It gets an A from me. I love the cast, the magical elements, the suspense, and it's just super cool and fun. However, if there's not a huge paradigm shift in the plot and the way the next movie is put together, if they just follow the same exact formula that has been working for the past 3 movies, I don't think I'm going to give it an A because it's basically going to be the same movie every time with there just being a new villain. I definitely say go see it. I definitely recommend to see it for a fun and easy watch and a good time. So that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is Emmanuel with the Grab Some Popcorn podcast. That was my review of Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Definitely give it a watch. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, hoping that they do some big changes and we find out a lot of good info about the eye. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in the next one. Over and out.